So cybersecurity is now a video surveillance imperative. That is the headline from SDM magazine right now, where video is no longer just about visibility. It's part of the actual enterprise attack surface now. And so, Stacy, from a product leadership perspective, right, what is the real signal here where security leaders should be actually paying attention to?
Physical security and cybersecurity have converged, and they've done that a long time ago now. Companies are still ignoring it, and they do that at their peril.
Absolutely agree. Welcome to SecuriTea, where it's the security with the T. But we're not doing gossip. This is about signal over noise, integration over silos, and action over actual outrage. My name is Xander Alexander, and today we're going to be breaking down why cybersecurity is now the foundation to modern video surveillance platforms. Stacy, thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
For anyone that does not know you, let's do a quick intro. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Stacy Steiger. I am the Vice President of Product and Marketing at Salient Systems, which is a video management platform. I have been leading match strategy and vision for my products for 2 decades. And my goal is to make sure that our products and the direction of the future for Salient matches what it needs to go is the right market.
Nice. So when you see headlines that are declaring cybersecurity as a video surveillance imperative, what is the real signal for product leaders and security practitioners?
So, the first IP camera came into the world over 2 decades, almost 3 decades ago now, but it is still a a hot potato in some companies or a tug of war in others between the IT and the security operations
For sure.
teams. And I think that it's really important that companies begin to develop a clear understanding of those responsibilities of those groups
Mhm.
as relates to managing the physical security infrastructure. I don't think that's done now. I think there's still a lot of fragmentation from companies to companies, and there's a little bit of a lack of clarity around who owns what portion.
Sure, sure. So with that mindset, what does secure by design look like of the modern VNS?
Yeah, I think the most important part is that it's secure by design exactly means it has to be part of consideration
Mhm.
from the original envisioning of the architecture. It can't be something that's bolted on and after the fact. So when you have integrators or companies that are standing up their physical security infrastructure for the first time, you have to think about encryption. They have to think about hardening. They have to think about every one of these devices that's on their network as a potential attack.
Yeah.
As you said, they have to make sure that the camera infrastructure maybe is partitioned from the business network. And those are all considerations that have to be thought of well in advance before anyone can wrap something on the network.
Most definitely. When I think about that, I think about the things. So my background is mostly cybersecurity. So I think about things such as device hardening and how do we authenticate it and how do we
Yes.
encrypt it. Well, we Canvas, they have passwords hidden too, right? So where are we going about that? I start looking at things kind of as cameras are mini circles of my
Yeah,
my viewpoint.
they really are. And there's a lot of incredible functionality, especially as they've gotten smarter and smarter over time.
Yeah, for sure.
They are incredible devices, and there's a wealth of things that are have to be inside of these tiny little devices.
One of the things that you said at the very beginning of that first question was convergence. And so I think that that is absolutely true. It sits on the network, so it can be attacked.
Yes, absolutely.
So with that being said, what do you think is one actionable step that the security will take?
I read somewhere that the vast majority of incidences with cybersecurity issues with cameras have to do with those that are unmanaged or not active, not on active management. And I think so. The most important thing is for security leaders and IT teams to conduct a full inventory of all of the cameras that are on your network. What you do is once you have that inventory, start looking out which ones are under active management, which ones about a credential update policy, have the right firmware, how often are they recycled and reviewed. That's a really critical thing. So just measuring what percentage of the cameras, what percentage of the devices are under active management is a great metric to start.
That kind of brings to mind just of asset management,
Yes.
basic asset management,
Yes.
and being able to view it from a standpoint,
Yes.
the lights out. So I think that that is absolutely the kind of foundational to the trust, the resilience, and just having operational awareness of it.
Absolutely.
Security is just one system now where integration has happened over silos and you have the action over the outreach. And so if there are any security headlines that you come across, feel free to slide up in my DM and I'll get the right personnel to come on with me, or I will break it down myself. Welcome or not welcome. Thank you for being a part of Security.